Welcome to Infotech at this channel. በዛሬው የፓይለት ትሬኒ የኢትዮጵያን ኤርላይንስ ኤግዛም ፓርት 3 ተገናኝተናል። ሶ ፓርት 1 and 2 ቮካብላሪ ኢኩዌሽኖች አንቶኒም እና ሲኖኒም እየሰራን እዚህ ደርሰናል። ሶ አሁን ደግሞ ፓርት 2 እና 3 ኮምፕሬንሽን ኦር ደግሞ ከፓራግራፍ የሚሰሩ ኢኩዌሽኖች ናቸው። ሶ ለቻናላችን አዲስ ሆናችሁ ሰብስክራይብ፣ ላይክ እና ሼር በማድረግ የቻናላችን ቤተሰብ እንድትሆኑ እንጠይቃለን። ሶ part 2 comprehension ይላል the passages below are followed by questions on the vocabulary, style and meaning of the passage. After reading each passage, choose the best answer to each question. Answer all questions for each of the passages ይላል። so ይሄኛው short paragraph ስለሆነ overall ideaውን ለመረዳት like ማንበብ እንችላለን። The prevalence of positive or negative feelings about physics is a sign which traits are valued and appreciated by society or the world community. Whether there is conspicuous subordination of social group on the basis of real or attributed physical feature, the members of a subordinated group may come to repudiate their own physical characteristics in a mixed population, even penalize those individuals who manifest the disapproved characteristics to the marked degree. The concept of negritude in Africa is an example of a vigorous attempt to reassert the primacy for a given group of its own physical type. We must recognize the rising demand for the kind of world in which people can enjoy the way they look, be proud of the way their parents looked, and look forward to the way their children will look. So, question number 1. In this context, the word attributed in line 3 means most nearly. So, line 3 like where there is a conspicuous subordination of a social group on the basis of real or attributed physical feature. So, real or attributed imagined imply irregular. So, question number 1 C now. Question number 2. In this passage, physics in line 1 refers to the following except ይላል ሁሉንም ሪፈር ያደርጋል except a style of dress, b height, c facial feature, d skin color. so የትኛው ነው ፊዚክ ኢምፕላይ ኦር ሪፈር የማያደርገው? እዚህ ጋር ሁሉ ፊዚክስ ሲል ፊዚካል ካራክተርን ኢምፕላይ ለማድረግ ነውና የእነዚህ አፍሪካ አገር የሚኖሩ ሰዎች ኔጌቲቭ ፊሊንግ ስለራሳቸው ፊዚክ ኦር ደግሞ ስለ ስኪን ከለራቸው አፕሪሺየት አያረጉትም ኦር ኔጌቲቭ ፊሊንግ አላቸው እያለን ስለሆነ ምንድነው የሚያካትተው? ሃይት ያካትታል፣ ፋሻል ፊቸሮችን ያካትታል እና ስኪን ከለርን ያካትታል። ሶ ኤክሰፕት ስለሚለን ኩዌስችን ነምበር 2 the answer is A። እዚህ ጋር በስተት ነው ሲ የተባለው ኤ ነው መልሳችን ማለት ነው። ሶሪ A now. Question number 2, the answer is A. Question number 3, the subject of look forward in line 10 is A, I, B, we, C, people, D, minority. So, look forward የሚለው line 10 ላይ ምንድነው subject? So, እዚህ ጋር we must recognize the rising demand for the kind of world in which people can enjoy the way they look, be proud of their way their parents looked, and look forward to the way their children will look ይላል። so እነዚህ ማናቸው? people አጠቃላይ look forward they can people enjoy ማድረግ አለባቸው the way they look, be proud of the way their parents looked, and look forward to the way their children will look. So the answer is people. Question number 3, the answer is C. Question number 3, C no matter. Question number 4, the concept of negritude or line 6. A refers to the subordination of social group. B is a national political movement. C refers to people discriminating against their own race. D involves pride in black physical features. So question number line 6 ላይ ያለው negritude ምንድነው ዲኖት ኢምፕላይ የሚያደርግልን? so So እዚህ ጋር ምን ይላል? The concept of negritude in Africa is an example of a vigorous attempt to reassert the primacy for a given group of its own physical type. So እዚህ ጋር negritudeን ምንድነው ኢምፕላይ የሚያደርገው ነው? So A refers to the subordination of a social group, B the national political movement, C refers to discriminating against their own race, D involves pride in the black physical features. So negritude D ነው, involves pride in the black physical features ነው። Question number 5, which of the following comes closest to expressing the author's opinion? A, how one looks is of no importance to anyone. B, some people like what other people hate. C, people with faults of their own should not criticize others. D, we must learn to tolerate physical differences. So አጠቃላይ ከኦተሩ ኦር ደግሞ ከጸሐፊው ኦፒኒየን ጋር የሚያመሳስለው ኦር ደግሞ ኤክስፕረስ የሚያደርገው የትኛው ነው? ክሎዘስቱ የትኛው ነው? we must learn to tolerate physical differences ኦር ደግሞ ሁላችንም ኢኳል እንደሆነ አድሚት ማድረግ አለብን። ሶ ዲ ሞር ሪሌትድ ነው ኦር ደግሞ ክሎዘስት ነው ማለት ነው። ፓርት 2 comprehension ነው። comprehension 2 read carefully the following passage and complete the exercise which follows it. ሶ ፓሴጁን እናነብና ኩዌሽኑን እንሰራለን። ከዛ ቮካብለሪ ያለ ማለት ነው። ሶ for almost 30 years since it first captured nearly half the world market, Japan dominated international shipbuilding. Even during the world slump, when the general decline in demand has been exacerbated by the South Korean attack on the market, Japan managed to maintain its position. The cost, however, was high. Japanese shipbuilders were forced to reduce their capacity, to cut their workforce by almost as much as their United Kingdom counterparts. This created problems for Japan's large companies, since they had committed themselves to lifetime employment for their workers. Although some of the surplus workforce was deployed in new industries and many retired, it was clear that the guarantee of lifetime employment was in jeopardy. The problem stemmed from the two sources. Although Japan had continued to increase its market share, the large shipbuilders were already in financial difficulties, with most of them running at loss. At the same time, the world market had contracted dramatically. The situation was worsened with the bankruptcy of a major domestic shipping company. This had resulted in a company in a large number of surplus vessels as yet unpaid for and soon to be appear on the market. The decline in the Japanese domestic market was soon to be felt by the world's shipbuilders as Japan decided to attempt to maintain its output level, further increasing its share of the world market. So question number 1, ምን ይላል? The slump created problem for Japanese market companies because A, they find it too difficult to absorb surplus workforce, B, they had to cut capacity, C, they were demand for unpaid vessels, D, employees were guaranteed lifetime employment. So question comprehension part 2 B no question number 1. They had to cut capacity. Slump created problems for the Japanese companies because they had to cut capacity cut ማድረግ ነበረባቸው ጃፓኒዞች። Question number 2, one of the origins of the problems experienced by the Japanese was that too many contracts had been concluded on the world market. A, large vessels were unable to off the world market. B, Japanese shipbuilders had experienced financial difficulties. C, Japan had not managed to increase its market share. So B ነው መልሳችን። Japanese shipbuilder has experienced financial difficulties. No. Question number 3, the world slump in shipbuilding was A, caused by South Korea's attack on the market. B, caused by the overall fall in the market in the demand. C, as a result of Japan's policy of lifetime employment. D, caused by Japan's dominance of world market. So B ነው መልሳችን። caused by the overall fall in the demand. Paragraph 1 ላይ ታገኙታላችሁ። Question number 4, the decline in Japan's shipbuilding industry was A, equivalent to that in the United Kingdom. B, happened despite the increase in their share of the world market. C led to cuts in shipping capacity. D caused problem with retired people. So decline Japan shipbuilding industry what happened despite the increase in their share of the world market. So question number 4 the answer is B. So ከዚህ ቀጣይ በዚህ በራሱ ፓራግራፍ vocabulary questionዎች አሉ። So the comprehension or vocabulary. The words are taken from the passage above. Which of the following alternative words corresponds to most closely with them? One, only one alternative is correct. So exacerbate የሚለው A lesson, B reduce, C worsen, D cause ይላል። So exacerbate የሚለውን word የቱ ጋር ነው የምናገኘው? እዚህ ጋር እናገኘዋለን። So like even during the world slump, when general decline in demand has been exacerbated by the South Korea ሲል words መሆን ወይ መባባስ ነው። So worsen ይሆናል ማለት ነው። Question number 1 the vocabulary worsen ነው። Question number 2 in jeopardy. A at risk, B lost, C a threat, D an opportunity. So እዚህ ጋር ምንድነው in jeopardy የሚለው አጠቃላይ although some of the surplus work were redeployed in your industry and many retired, it was clear that the guarantee of lifetime employment were in jeopardy. In jeopardy ሲለን at risk or ደግሞ lifetime employment guarantee የሚሰጡት ጃፓኖች ሪስክ ውስጥ ነበር። ምክንያቱም ለሁሉም ሰው ሹር ማድረግ አይችሉም። ይሄኛው እየቀነሰ ካፓሲቲያቸው እየቀነሰ ስለመጣ ማለት ነው። So question number 2 at risk. Question number 3 contract. A diminish, B expand, C relate, D comment. So contracትን መጀመሪያ ሴንቴንስ ውስጥ እናገኘውና ከዛ ሲሚላር ሚኒንጉን እንመርጣለን። እዚህ ጋር ነው ኮንትራክት ያለው። So the problem stemmed from two sources. Although Japan had continued to increase its market share, the large shipbuilders were already in financial difficulties, with most of them running at loss. At the same time, the world market had contracted dramatically. So world market had contracted dramatically. See, contracted means diminish or diminish again. So the answer is A. Question number 3. The answer is A. Slump የምንለው ደግሞ so Japan dominated below even during the world slump when the general decline in demand has been exacerbated by the South Korean. Japan managed to maintain its position ይላል። So slump የትኛው ነው? A risk, C B chance, C boom, D decline. So slump decline ነው የሚሆነው። Question number 5 steam. So steam የትኛው ጋር ነው የምናገኘው? So the problem stemmed from two sources. So stemmed ማለት ምንድነው? Originated. So stem ማለት originate. Question number 6 captured. A caught, B dominated, C ran, D create. So captured የሚለው word ደግሞ የትኛው ነው? So ሴንቴንሱ ላይ ኦር ፓራግራፋችን ላይ captured የሚል word እንፈልግና ከዛ ሚኒንጉን እንሰራለን ማለት ነው። So captured caught ማለት ነው። A ነው። So thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like and share.